So when Stuart first told me that the theme for this evening was going to be self-service, I, of course, immediately thought of one thing. The gas station. Pumping it yourself. And then I thought of buffet restaurants, just getting up, filling your plate, cramming your hole. And then I was kind of like, oh wait, self-service, that could be like a sexual. And it's a perfect theme for me because I do virtually everything alone. I'm not a big fan of the term loner because it's kind of a combination of loser and boner. It makes me feel a little bit of shame. I prefer the term lone wolf because it sounds sexier and more mysterious, I just got tired of the pack mentality. Just want some alone time with the moon, But I am a very independent person. I'm just a natural-born bachelor. I love bachelorhood. It's great, I don't have to share my food. I spend a ridiculous amount of time just in my underwear. At night, I hog my bed and my blankets, and I never close my bathroom door. So basically what I'm saying is I can get an entire pizza, eat it naked in my bed, and when my lactose intolerance flares up, it doesn't even matter what happens in the bathroom because there's no one around to judge me. So I'm getting scratched off a couple desirable lists. I'm not on anyone's list. But speaking of sharing food, it reminds me of a funny story. My very good friend Adam Reed comes over to visit me quite often, and in the beginning he would always come over and I was always offering him something to drink, and usually all I have in the fridge is a carton of orange juice. So I'd be like, do you want some orange juice? And he'd be like, no, I'm okay, I'll just have some tap water. I'm like, are you sure? I've got orange juice. Do you want some orange juice? He's like, no, just tap water's fine. I'm like, really? You sure you're thirsty? I've got orange juice. Finally, after the umpteenth time of me offering him orange juice, he just was like, God, no, I don't want your nasty orange juice that you drink from the carton. And I go all defensive. I'm like, how do you know I drink it from the carton? He's like, of course you do. You live alone. And he was right. I do drink from the carton, but you are lucky that I don't have a penis, because then you'd have to worry about what food items I might have stuck it into. Because I would do that. If I had peanut butter pie. Just thinking. I guess I do worry sometimes about my reclusive tendencies. I feel like it really probably wouldn't take that much for me to become full-blown hermit, just someone who boards up their windows and spends all day writing complaint letters and eating cat food. I think my mom gets a little worried about how much time I spend alone as well. The last time I was home, I was showing her just, a few videos that I made of me and my cats, and by about the 15th one, she was just like, you need to get out more. But I love my cats, I really do, and I feel like I relate to them more than I do people sometimes. The other day, actually, I tried to communicate with them telepathically. And it didn't work, but I do think that I scared them a little bit from staring at them so intently for so long. Because they ignored me for a while, and they hid. And likely we're telepathically communicating with each other, just like, she's really lost at this time. I know. We could have some fun with her mental instability. Yes, but let's not push it too far. You're right, we still need her to scoop our poop and open our cans. For now. I do spend a lot of time with them, to the point that I kind of feel like I am becoming a cat. I feel like other people view me as more feline than human. Like the other day, for example, I'm just standing there washing my face with my hand in my own spit. Just joking. I was in line though at the movies, and all of a sudden this random woman just reaches out and strokes my hair. Like, she literally patted my head. She petted me. And I don't know, I think that's a strange thing for someone to do to another human that they don't know. Not necessarily a strange thing to do to a cat. I mean, if I saw an adorable ginger kitty, with big ears and sweet face and blue eyes, just like sitting in the Park Lane Mall, I'd pet it. But it's different. But I got a good vibe from her. She was kindly, so I just sort of turned around and smiled and I wish I could purr. There's a lot of situations where I feel like purring would just be like the ideal reaction, you know? Someone gives you a shoulder rub, just like... Someone hands you a cold beer on a hot day, you're just... Situations where I wish I could do the opposite too, you know? I'm sitting on the bus and someone loud, obnoxious goes to sit next to me, I could just be like... swishing my tail. Showing my claws. Because riding the bus, that is one thing that I don't enjoy doing alone at all. If I have to take public transportation, I would much prefer to have a friend with me, because then they're sitting next to me and I'm next to them, and that's that, and there is no chance of someone I don't want sitting next to me and making my ride more hellish than it generally already is. Because I don't know, I don't own a car, I take public transportation all the time, and I hate it. I hate the bus so much. To me, that is my idea of hell. It's my hell. If I was to die and go to hell, my hell would be an eternity spent on the number 52, going from Bayers Lake to Burnside, over and over and over. With lots of traffic stops and hold-ups right before the bridge, and spending prolonged periods of time at the Dartmouth Sportsplex terminal, and surrounded by teenagers who have cell phones with annoying ringtones that go off every single time they get a text, which is virtually once a nanosecond. And the windows are covered with advertisements, so I can't even look out there, and I've got an iPod, but the battery is dead. That is my idea of hell. All the time. I used to take it to work every day alone, and there's always those people that get on where you're just like, please don't sit with me, please don't sit with me. And I'm just like, you know, I'm doing everything within my power to make the seat next to me seem really undesirable. And, you know, it's great if I have like a large bag or something that, you know, is legitimately taking up that space. Usually I have nothing though. I have nothing. I have a bus transfer, you know, and I'm desperate. I'm just like folding it into an origami crane and putting it on the seat next to me. Like, oh, please, you'll crush my delicate Japanese paper folding. Or I'm just like trying to radiate hostility. Maybe on a subconscious level, they're like thinking I just got released from a correctional facility, and it's probably a lot safer to stay up near the bus driver than it is to sit next to me, but unfortunately that rarely works. Another situation which is not as great alone, I love playgrounds, I love parks, I love swings. That goes back to, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? When I was a kid, I'd literally spend hours on the swing, and I'd have my little Walkman with my crappy mixtapes of songs that I'd like got off the radio, you know, when you're missing the first part of the song because you didn't hit record past it. And then you've got the DJ kind of coming in at the end of the song, and it kind of goes, where you tried to like press And so I just sit out there listening to that, and it was great. I was in my own little world, my daydream world. It was relaxing, it was therapeutic, it kind of felt like exercise. And I still enjoy all of those things, but unfortunately, there is something creepy about a 30-year-old woman sitting in a children's park on the swing. And it's not so bad if there's somebody with me, because then it's like, you know, we're chatting, we're laughing, and it's just like, it's about what's happening here, nothing to do with what's going on out there. And people just kind of think we're taking a little break and having, you know, a trip down nostalgia lane and doing something childish before we go on and do something grown-up and normal, like have coffee or sex. But when you're by yourself, not talking, with your huge body on this small, low swing, and your long adult legs that have to walk with you all to the side, so it doesn't scrape gravel, and you're wearing your sunglasses, and you're kind of emotionless, and no one knows your intentions. Like, I feel creepy. I'm just being someone to call the cops, you know? And I wish I had someone with me the other day. I was alone at the mall, and I did that thing where you take a sip of your drink and it goes down the wrong pipe, and you just like erupt into that uncontrollable coughing fit where you're just like, I'm fine. You try to talk, I'm okay. And when you're with somebody, they can kind of be tending to you, and they're not panicking, so people around know that you're fine. But when you're alone, it's much more embarrassing to be doubled over on a bench outside of Le Chateau with juice sputtered all over your face, tears coming out of your eyes, you're making noises like a shop vac, walking by like, ew. Checking, I don't know. So yeah, but fortunately, I I can take these experiences and I can put them in comedy and then, use them towards my very independent solo career. And I think it's important that you be okay with yourself and okay with being alone once in a while, because you're pretty much all you've got to the end. Like, I'm stuck with me. I am stuck with me until the day I die. And when that does happen, I'm dragging someone to hell with me, because I'm not riding the number 52 alone.